Ghosts are real.
Hello, I'm Alex, special media producer for the Ground Zero Show with Clyde Lewis. And this is Ground Zero News. I'll be giving you commentary throughout this video, giving you the most up-to-date information known about tonight's topic. As I talk about the topic, images will appear within the video, showing you what I'm talking about. Americans have a fascination with the unknown by making movies like The Sixth Sense, The Blair Witch Project, and An American Haunting. Despite the hysteria these films conjured, people are wanting more than just Hollywood thrills nowadays. It's all about well-documented historical hauntings, where choreography, special effects, and screenwriting give way to the chilling and oft disturbing realities of life. There was a haunting that goes by the name of Bell Witch, a sinister entity that tormented a pioneer family on Tennessee's early frontier between 1817 and 1821. The Bell Witch haunting involved real people and is substantiated by eyewitness accounts, affidavits, and manuscripts penned by those who experienced the haunting firsthand. In the early 1800s, John Bell purchased some land and a large house for his family. The Bells also had 3 more children after moving to Tennessee. Elizabeth was born in 1806, Richard in 1811, and Joel in 1813. One day, in 1817, John Bell was inspecting his cornfield when he encountered a strange-looking animal sitting in the middle of corn row. Shocked by the appearance of this animal, which had the body of a dog and a head of a rabbit, Bell shot several times. The animal vanished. Bell thought nothing about it or more of this incident until the Bells began hearing beating sounds on the outside of their log house. As time went on, the Bells began hearing faint, whispering voices. But the encounters escalated, and the Bells' youngest daughter, Betsy, began experiencing brutal encounters with this invisible entity. It would pull her hair and slap her relentlessly, often leaving welts and handprints on her face and body. The disturbances, which John Bell told his family to keep a secret, eventually escalated to such a point that he decided to share his family trouble with his closest friend and neighbor, James Johnston. The entity's voice strengthened over time to the point that it was loud and unmistakable. It sang hymns, quoted scripture, carried on intelligent conversation, and once even quoted, word for word, 2 sermons that were preached at the same time on the same day, 13 miles apart. Betsy and Joshua could not go to the river, the field, or the cave to play without the entity taunting them persistently. Their patience finally reached critical mass, and on Easter Monday of 1821, Betsy met Joshua at the river and broke off their engagement. The disturbances decreased after Betsy ended the engagement, but the entity continued to express its dislike for John Bell and vowed relentlessly to kill him. John Bell took his last breath on the morning of December 20th, 1820. After slipping into a coma the day before, immediately after his death, the family found a small vial of unidentified liquid in the cupboard. John Bell Jr. gave some of it to the cat, which instantly died. The entity then spoke up, exclaiming joyfully, "I gave old Jack a big dose of that last night," which fixed him. John Jr. quickly threw the vial into the fireplace, where it burst into a bright, bluish flame and shot up into the chimney. John Bell's funeral was one of the largest ever held in Robertson County, Tennessee. As family and friends began leaving the graveyard, the entity laughed loudly and began singing a song about a bottle of brandy. It is said that her singing didn't stop until the very last person left the graveyard. The entity's presence was almost non-existent after John Bell's demise, as if its purpose had been fulfilled. In April 1821, the entity visited John Bell's widow Lucy and told her that it would return for a visit in 7 years The entity returned in 1828 as promised. Most of its visit centered around John Bell Jr., with whom the entity discussed such things as the origin of life, civilizations, Christianity, and the need for mass spiritual reawakening. Of particular significance were its nearly accurate predictions of the Civil War and other events. The entity said farewell after 3 weeks, promising to visit John Bell's most direct descendant in exactly 107 years. The year would have been 1935, and the closest living direct descendant of John Bell at the time was Nashville physician Dr. Charles Bailey Bell. Dr. Bell himself wrote a book about the Bell Witch, published in 1934. No follow-up was published, and Dr. Bell died in 1945. The entity that tormented the Bell family and the Red River settlement almost 200 years ago is often blamed for the unexplainable manifestations that occur near the old Bell farm today. The faint sounds of people talking and children playing can often be heard in the area, and it's not uncommon to see candlelights dance through the dark fields late at night. Photography is especially difficult. Some pictures taken in the area show mist, orbs of light, and other phenomena, including human-like figures who were not present when the pictures were taken. The cause of Bell's torment almost 200 years ago, as well as today's horrid, unexplainable manifestations, remains a mystery. There's no one theory that is universally agreed upon by the Bell Witch enthusiasts and researchers, and there probably never will be. Different people have different standards of proof. Most do agree that there was something very wrong at the Red River settlement in the early 1800s, and that there may very well be something wrong there today. Who knows? It happened to the John Bell family in 1817. Maybe next time it'll happen to your family. Hold that thought for now. This has been Alex Clooten for Ground Zero News. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Check back every weeknight to listen to the Ground Zero News wrap-up every night after the show. And listen to the Ground Zero Show every weeknight from 7 to 10 on KXL 101.1. Check out our podcast uploaded every weeknight after the show on SoundCloud. The link is soundcloud.com/Ground Zero Media.